new book with the name How We Make Products. So today I will share it to you. Introduction. Products are things that we make and use, like clothes, chocolate, computers, and homes. People make lots of products with big machines in factories. People also make products by hand. 1. Making products by hand. About 200 years ago, there weren't many factories of machines, and people made many products by hand. Today, some people still make products by hand. They use tools to make products like chairs, clock, jewelry, and musical instruments. It takes years to learn how to make these things. People make guitars from wood. They cut thin pieces of wood to make the front and back of the guitar. To make the sides, they put long, thin pieces of wood in water. Then they use hot tools to make the wood right shapes of the sides. They fix these pieces together with glue. Later, they make the neck of the guitar and they put the strings on it. 2. Clothes. We make clothes from lots of different materials like wool and cotton. To make jeans, people use cotton fabric. They use the fabric into different shapes of pieces of jeans, like the legs and pockets. They use the sewing machine to sew these pieces together. Then they sew button and the zipper on the front of the jeans. People use wool to make clothes like hats or sweaters. At home, some people use wool and knitting needles to knit clothes. They knit different pieces of clothes, like the arms, the front, and back. Then they sew the pieces together. In factories, people use knitting machines to knit clothes. 3. Plastic products. We make a lot of products from plastic, like bottles and toys. To make the plastic product, machines put hot plastic in a mold. Then the plastic is the same shade as the mold. To make some products like bottles, machines also blow air into the molds. To make a new plastic products like toys, people draw it and make the model of it. In the factory, people use a model to make a mold of each part to the toy. Machines put hot plastic in molds to make plastic parts. People or machines fix the parts together and they paint the toys. Then the toys go to the stores. Cars. To make a car, people use a metal called steel to make a strong chassis. People also use steel to make big shapes of the outside of the car. The robots fix the outside of the chassis. A conveyor moves the chassis around the car factory, and people fix many parts of the chassis. Later, other machines paint the car. Then people fix other parts of the car, like the engine, doors, wheels, and seats for people to sit on. There are about 35,000 parts in the car. 5. Food. Do you know like noodles or chocolate? Do you know how people make this food? People make noodles from grains like rice or wheat. To make rice noodles, people grind rice into flour. Then they mix flour with water to make dough. In factories, machines push dough through holes to make noodles. Some people make noodles by hand. They pull the dough between their fingers. To make chocolate, people take seed pods from cacao trees and leave them in the sun. Then they throw throw away the outside and keep the seeds. Machines grind and heat the seeds, and then the seeds become a liquid. The people cook this liquid with sugar and sometimes milk. Then they put the liquid in molds to make chocolate bars. 6. Homes. We build different homes in different ways. To build an apartment block, people make shapes of the floors and columns from long pieces of steel. Then people put wood around the shapes. Then they put a liquid called concrete in them. When the concrete becomes hard like stone, then they take the wood away. People build walls to make the rooms in each apartment. They put wires in the walls to carry electricity, and they put pipes in the walls and floors to carry water. They often fix tiles on the floors and on the walls in the bathroom and kitchen. They put plaster on the wall. Then they can paint the wall. 7. Books. Many people make this book. Do you know how we make books? An author writes the words and an editor checks the words. Other people draw pictures or take photos for the book. Designers use a computer to put the word, photos, and pictures into pages. This in factories. Printing machines print the pages on papers. They print 16 pages on one big piece of paper. Then other machines cut the paper into pages. People use machines to fix the pages of this book together. Sometimes people sew the pages together. Then they fix them to cover with glue. 8. Electronic products. Cell phones, digital cameras, and computers have lots of very small electronic parts inside them. Circuits carry electricity around the product. Microchips are parts with thousands of small circuits inside them. They make a product work. To make a cell phone, people put computer programs on a microchip. Then they fix the microchip and the other electronic parts up on the circuit board. People make the phone case from plastic. They fix the circuit board and parts like the screen and camera inside the case. Then they put the front and back of the case together. Cell phones were very big before there were small electronic parts like microchips. 9. Computer games. To make computer games, people write computer programs. People also make digital character for the games. To make the digital character, people make a drawing. Then they use a computer to make a picture into a digital skeleton made of lines. On the computer, people can move the skeleton and they can see it from different sides. Then they add a face, clothes, and colors. Sometimes to help to make a digital character, people use machines called sensors. A person wears a sensors. The sensors tell a computer how the person moves, and the computer makes a moving picture of the character. Then computer programs move the characters on the screen when people play the game. People play the new game to check it. Then they sell the game on the internet or in stores. 10. Products and our world. When we make products, we use energy like electricity to make one car. We use the same energy as someone watching television for 100 years. We also use materials and make waste. To make one car, we make about 28 metric tons of waste. Every day, people throw away millions of products like toys, cans, and bottles. Most waste go into landfills, and sometimes people throw waste in other places like rivers. This is bad for our world. It's good to recycle old products. We can use materials from old products to make new things. We can recycle old products like plastic bottles, metal cans, and clothes. At recycling centers, people sort the old products. Then machines use the old products to make the recycled materials. We can use these materials to make the new product. It's all. Goodbye.